Welcome to another episode of The Epic Family Road Trip.
Alright, so we are all packed up. We've got all our gear in the boat and we are heading out to go on an adventure. It might take 7 days, might take 10 days, we don't know, but we're heading up to the most northerly road in Ontario, as far as you can go on a road. And it's a place called Pickle Lake, and we're gonna do a lot of off-grid camping on the way up there and just explore a lot of our home province. We're looking forward to it. And we're going into the wilderness. The thing about Ontario is when you get up there, there's nothing up there. It's very, very wild and remote, and should be a great experience. Stay tuned. Morning guys, it's July 10th. We're getting some much needed rain. We haven't had any rain this summer that I can remember, so that's good for the forest and reduce the danger or likelihood of forest fires, so that's a good thing. But in the meantime, we're just having a coffee here this morning. We're in a park called Pancake Bay, and it is west of Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. And we drove yesterday from the Sudbury area across to here. It was I don't know, about 3.5–4 hours drive, and we found this beautiful little park and had a great night's sleep here. And depending on what time we get going this morning, we're going to keep heading west. Our goal is to get as far north as you can in Ontario, so that's going to take us a couple of days, but we're going to enjoy the scenery along the way. And it's a mix of on and off road, our trip this time. There's really, in this part of Ontario, there's just the one road that comes through. It's the Trans-Canada Highway. It's called the North of Superior Coastline. And so we'll take you along with us and show you a bit of Ontario. You don't like the rain? It's too wet for you? Making a percolated coffee this time. If you watch our videos, we often do the drip style coffee, but we're going to give this thing a try. We actually used it a lot in New Zealand, and we're going to go back to percolated for a while just to mix it up. Charging up our batteries from last night as well. We found a new use for the Jackery. Absolutely the best thing ever. So the last couple of weeks, including last night, it's been really hot, like for Canadians, high 80s at night, so that's hot. And no wind the last little while, so we have these little fans and we just plug them in there, and we're as comfortable as if we were at home. So this Jackery has come in handy for us. The nice thing is, on rain days like this, normally we charge it up with a 100-watt solar panel, but on rain days you can just plug it into the vehicle and charge it while you're driving as well. So it gives you both options. So this park has all those camp spots in the forest where we were last night, but it's just a short walk to Lake Superior. This is a little bay off of the Great Lake, which, as you probably know, is the largest of all the Great Lakes.
Kinda loves beaches, man. Yeah.
We're in Wawa, Ontario, and it's famous for this big statue of a goose right along the Trans-Canada Highway. You can see in the background here. So town of Wawa, there was no way in or out other than train, and they would also take a steamboat on Lake Superior to get here. And then back in 1960 they built the road, so that's the Trans-Canada Highway, and this was the last link of the Trans-Canada Highway. And the locals, people that own businesses, were not upset, but they were kind of worried that the road didn't go through the town of Wawa, so they figured, you know, they wouldn't have any economic benefit from people crossing Canada, so they built this, and it kind of attracts people into the town of Wawa so they don't just drive by. So it's kind of a neat piece of history, but if you're going this way, you can walk right up to it and take a look at the big Canadian goose. So this is where Winnie the Pooh came from, and it says in 1914, Lieutenant Harry Colburn of the 34th Fort Garry Horse and Canadian Army Veteran Corps purchased a black bear cub here in the little town of White River. That's where we are right now. There's literally nothing here. It's a tiny, tiny little town. And that's why I guess he could find a black bear here. There's more black bears than people. And he named it Winnie after his hometown of Winnipeg. Kind of cool.
All right, so we just pulled into our camp. This time we got here a little bit earlier. It's about 6:41 in the afternoon, which is kind of nice. We can set up in the daylight, make dinner when it's not dark and buggy. But the place we pulled into is called Whitefish Provincial Park. We're just gonna get set up at camp, start cooking, and explore around, see what the park's like.
Ready, Lando? Go get it, buddy. He is not worried about swimming anymore. Good boy. Woohoo! Look at you. Just as we're about to pack up, it started raining. But hey, it's life outdoors. We got our raincoats. I'm thinking of leaving that up a bit longer so we can make coffee out of the rain. Hey guys, we spent the night here at White Lake Provincial Park. It's right off the Trans-Canada. It's a nice long drive in, and you end up in some really nice, pretty secluded spots. There are other campers, of course, so I would think people that camp here tend to be people that love to fish. We notice people have boats because you can dock a boat in White Lake and take it out to there's a narrow strip here, and then it goes out to what looks like a pretty big lake. So I bet you the fishing is really good around here. We always prefer wild camping, but along this section of north of Superior, it seems like there's not a lot of wild camping options. We're going to do a bit more exploring. It seems like what you do is go from provincial park to provincial park, and there's tons of them. So, and we haven't had any problem. We haven't reserved ahead. We just drive in the driveway, and they usually have empty spots. So, and we're in July, so this would be busy season. So that's been our experience so far. Nice little camp spots. Comfortable. We had a really good night's sleep. It was very quiet. So if you're ever up this way, White Lake Provincial Park.
I think it's because look at that, it's all forest. Like it's a lot of, and then it's a big gap of forest between each camp spot.
Yeah.
Like it is really, like it makes you feel like you're all alone. Really well kept, you know. And
yeah,
it's not paved all the
No.
way. It's nice. Oh, and there's nature trails. I think there's 3 hiking trails.
Right.
From difficult, medium, and then easy.
They go out to some different lakes,
Yeah.
secluded lakes.
So it's really neat. And you can actually dock your boat right by your camp spot in some places, because it's all sand coming right in. So even for the kids, there's a little trail on every camp spot along the lake.
If you have a small fishing boat,
We set our chairs out there. Lando was swimming, and it's really nice. It's pretty.
We hope you enjoyed this week's video as we make our way to the end of the road and beyond. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified of every adventure.
And a big thank you to our Patreon family. We really appreciate the support. And in the meantime, we'll see you down the road.